Good afternoon and welcome. My name is David Dutch. I'm Vice President of Business Development and Natural Gas Intelligence, NGI. Prior to joining NGI, I was a senior financial trader for 25 years here in Houston. And today's video, we want to spend a little time helping the industrial end users, the ones that procure gas at the facilities, be able to better predict price movements. Why do you want to be able to predict price movements? It'll help you understand ahead of time when's the best time to buy your gas, perhaps sell your gas, and if you have a hedging program, when to put your hedges on. We specialize in market data and market transparency. We are a FERC-approved price reporting agency in the natural gas space, and we also do a wonderful job reporting on the North American natural gas markets and global LNG markets with our many thought leaders who publish a plethora of articles every day for NGI. Okay, now we're going to move over to the map. This is NGI's big map of North American natural gas pipelines, shale basins, LNG facilities, and all these red dots are trading hubs. Today we're going to talk about the West, and we're going to pick a industry down in Ehrenberg in California, right along the Arizona-California border. This particular company is a marijuana grower. They have greenhouses, and they use a lot of natural gas to keep the temperatures proper so that they can grow really nice, strong marijuana for everybody out in California. And just a side note, it is legal there, folks. This particular company, we don't want to use their name, so we'll call them ABC Corporation. ABC Corporation burns about 15,000 MMBTUs of gas per day. What they've decided is, and in California, they have two high-risk periods when prices move. The Q3 period, July, August, and Sep, and of course the winter months when the winter weather can drive prices higher. This particular company, ABC, has decided to hedge 75% of their load as base load. So they'll buy first of the month gas, physical basis, fixed price physical, so that they have a dedicated supply, firm deliveries, and they know 75% of their gas for their greenhouses will be there every day during the month. The other 25% of the gas they buy in the spot market. And the price point they use, they benchmark everything against the SoCal border average. Okay, now the SoCal border average is made up of a number of trading hubs down here. And what's important, it's very important as a gas buyer for this ABC Corp that grows marijuana, they cannot just look at SoCal border prices, because if they do that, they're going to miss all the signals that create the volatility out in California. They've got to be watching various points where gas is sourced from. They have to be watching the Rocky Mountains. They have to be watching the West Texas points. You have El Paso and Transwestern pipelines coming across. Some of the Rockies gas comes down through San Juan and gets on this way. They have to watch a special point right here called El Paso South Main Line. When that price rallies, it usually means Arizona needs the gas. That price goes up and California has to compete. They have to keep an eye on the SoCal City Gate price. So if you're doing business in Southern California, you got to watch the Rockies, you've got to watch your surrounding hubs. Now, where is this gas sourced from? California really, they have some of their own local production, but for the most part, California gets all their electricity and all their natural gas from the surrounding states. So if you're in Ehrenberg, California, and you're growing marijuana, and you need to buy roughly 7,500 MMBTUs a day in the spot market, you can buy gas this way, so you need to keep an eye on Waha and Permian prices. You can buy gas in the Rockies and come down pipes here, Trans-Colorado and Northwest Pipeline. You can come down Kern River. So you need to keep an eye on the Rockies. You need to keep an eye on PG&E because gas is coming down from ACO. How does gas come down from ACO? It comes down this way through Foothills Pipeline, gets on to GTN Pipeline, and circulates in the region either on Northwest or comes all the way down to Malin, Oregon, and gets into the state and gets on the PG&E system, and some of that gas can flow down to SoCal. So again, you've got to watch the surrounding points to be predictive in pricing, and you've got to understand where your gas is being sourced from. It's being sourced from West Texas, the Rockies, and from Canada. Okay, let's talk about a specific situation where if our friends growing the marijuana did not hedge or lock in their 8,000 MMBTUs for November and December, that they would have been in very big trouble because prices exploded. What caused the prices to explode? In November of 2021, we had something called the Pineapple Express. And the Pineapple Express brought in these crazy atmospheric rivers up to British Columbia and Washington. Incredible rain, incredible snow, and incredible cold weather. That caused Sumas, right here on the BC border with Washington State, prices to start going up. Well, West Coast Pipeline served Sumas, but that pipe was full, so no more gas could come from there. So next they went to the Rockies, where gas flows that way on Northwest Pipeline. Okay, so Northwest Pipeline in the Rockies, because Sumas went from about $7 up to $50 over the course of November as these atmospheric rivers were coming in, the Rockies also rallied up to near $50. Well, if the Rockies is rallying up to $50, the Rockies is also supplying California. And keep in mind, these atmospheric rivers, they just didn't stay up there, they started to move south. This was our drought-busting winter when we got all this snow in the Sierras. So it started getting colder as we went down. The Rockies rallied, El Paso South Mainline exploded, it started getting cold in Arizona, and all of a sudden SoCal border went from around $6 to $50. SoCal Citygate went to around $50. PG&E Citygate went to around $50. Malin went to around $52. The short of the story is, if these guys growing their marijuana at Ehrenberg, California, were not keeping an eye on the local trading hubs and watching where their gas was sourced from, and they didn't lock in their extra 7,500 swing gas, instead of paying $7, $8, $9, they were paying $50 for their gas. It was cataclysmic to them. They completely ruined their entire energy budget for the year. So that is something you want to avoid. The way you avoid that is by keeping an eye on all of your local markets and your supply regions. The final thing you want to keep an eye on is the forward curves. You want to know what the markets look like in the future. And in this case, you want to try to take a look at keep an eye on the SoCal border curve, SoCal Citygate, Malin, PG&E, ACO, Northwest Rockies, and the Waha forward curves. So in conclusion, please keep an eye on your weather forecast. Watch what's happening with the weather. Keep an eye on the 10-day weather forecast, especially. Watch your supply regions and take action as you see price volatility start to move into the market. Thank you for your time today. Appreciate it.